Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I am terribly sorry about the delay. I thought I had everything I needed, and as it turns out, I most certainly did not. I made the cocktail not looking at anything, and my cranberry juice had essentially fermented, so it was a solid no-go. But we're here. I've got fresh cranberry juice because today we're going to be making the Cosmopolitan. So the Cosmopolitan is a super fun cocktail. It's like what your drunk aunt that, she's super hip and cool. That's like her thing. Popularized by Sex and the City in the 90s and early 2000s. It's a really cool cocktail, and it's one that I probably would never have tried in public, simply because I don't know, it's embarrassing. I don't want to be the guy that orders a Cosmo at the bar. But anyway, I do really get behind the Cosmopolitan. It drinks like candy, and it's incredibly strong. So, there's, like all cocktails, there's a few variations on the Cosmo. There's a few different ways to make it. I'm making it the way that it was made in the 90s for Sex and the City. I actually found the recipe that they claim to use in the show. And that's the one that I prefer. You can do it, the original 1975 version of it. It's one, I don't like it because it's not as vibrant. The Cosmo should be bright pink, in my opinion. And it's very much muted down. The colors are a lot more muted. It's fine, it's good, but it's not, it's not a Cosmo. It's not bright pink. So, but anyway, we're gonna make a Cosmo today. It's a super fun one. It's super easy to do. So I have two shakers today in front of me. And the only reason I have this one is because if this is all you have, that's fine, because it has a strainer top in it. You can use one of these. I personally don't care for them. I'm not going to use it, but I did want to say these work just fine. If this is all you've got, you can get these at like Target, Marshall's Home Goods. I think I've seen these at Walmart even. They're relatively inexpensive, so if you don't have a nice 10 on 10 strainer or a nice 10 on 10 shaker like this I think this is from Barfly actually. Yeah, this is from Barfly. It's the one I use. I got it on Amazon. They're relatively cheap. I think I paid like $26 for it. Totally worth it. And I do believe that these work a lot better. But anyway, enough about that. I just want to bring that up because I do think it's kind of important for your cocktail to have a decent, it's a good shaker. Good tools make life a lot easier. And I think a good shaker does make it a lot easier. And you'll always see me use this. I will never use that style because it's just not my thing. Anyway, enough preamble. Let's get into making this bad boy. It's super simple, okay? You're going to need about a half an ounce of lime juice. Half an ounce. You can go a little lighter, a little heavier, depending on your preference. It really is up to you. Now, I should be using Contreau for this. Be honest. I drove past the liquor store today and I was on my motorcycle. I was like, oh, I should stop and grab a bottle of Contreau real quick, and then I forgot. So, full disclosure, use Contreau. It is a little bit better. It has a little bit more of a good earthy orange flavor. But I'm going to be using this triple sec that I keep here in the bar. It works just as fine. It's just a tad bit sweeter, about half an ounce of your triple sec. That too. If you're using Contreau, I would bump that up a little bit to about 3/4 of an ounce. Vodka. Use a decent vodka for this, okay? Don't use the like $7.95 gallon jug. That freaking Metro Geo Tracker that goes by with no exhaust on it at all. I'm a big fan of open pipe exhaust. I mean, my truck is straight piped, but it doesn't sound like that. Anyway. Use a decent vodka, okay? I'm using this Ciroc. I really like this. My wife's favorite. It's fun. It's really good. It tastes good. It has a nice clean finish. And you don't have to spend a ton of money on vodka either. Other options, if you can get it. This is another great option. It's from Iceland. It's fantastic. It drinks a lot like water. I don't think it really has a depth of flavor, kind of like the Ciroc does. If you really want to get technical, the original recipe the 1975 recipe called for citron vodka, which is like a citrus vodka. I've tried it and I don't like it. So I use just plain vodka because I want my cranberry juice to be the star of the show. So 2 full ounces of our decent, not, if it comes in a plastic jug and smells like diesel fuel, don't use it, all right? Just don't, okay? And then last but not least, our cranberry juice. So we need to talk about cranberry juice for just a minute because there's a few different schools of thought here, and I am on board with both. My personal preference is, I just dropped my right. My personal preference is this, which is 100% cranberry juice. It is not cranberry cocktail. Cranberry cocktail is sweetened. I like this because it's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more astringent. It's a little bit more tart, which really kind of, in my opinion, amplifies the like candy flavors of this. You can absolutely use cranberry cocktail. If you do, don't add simple syrup because then it will just be overwhelmingly sweet. I've done it before and it's not very good. This super simple 1.5 ounces of our beautiful bright red cranberry juice. And then I am not going to measure this, okay? I'm going to tell you somewhere between a bar spoon and 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup is all you need for this. Just adds a hair of sweetness onto it and it's delicious. Okay, give that a quick shake. Just about send that thing flying. Anyway, quick shake. If I can get my glass out here, that'd be great. The glass is stuck to the bottom of my freezer. 10 to 15 seconds until your shaker gets nice and cool. You know, it should chill over. If I had my good camera here, which should be here this week, I would show you this actually frosts over pretty well. Now, you do want to strain this off into a chilled cocktail glass. I don't have a martini glass, which is what I would normally use for this because I broke all of my martini glasses putting them into the dishwasher. We have marble counters, and went to put the last one I had that I hadn't knocked off the bar or dropped in and shattered the top of it a few weeks back. So we're going to use a chilled cocktail glass, but this is served up, no ice, okay? No ice, served up in a chilled glass, whether it be a big old double rocks glass or a martini glass. And there you have it, the Cosmopolitan. You could, if you wanted, finish that with a lime wedge garnish, or a wheel would be really nice. I personally would not, like when you do an old fashioned, you'd express your orange over top of it. I wouldn't do that with your lime. One, because the peel is really small, and two, because it's going to be really overpowering. In my opinion, cranberry juice should be our front and center. That's our main star of the show today. But that's it, the Cosmopolitan. I love this. It drinks like candy. Oh, it smells delicious, tastes delicious. It's so easy to make, so easy to drink. If you've got some vodka at the house, cranberry juice is readily available. Nothing on this table is expensive. That, if I totaled that out, would probably be a couple dollars worth of materials. So you can make a bunch of these and you don't have to go to the bar and be a grown up and order a Cosmopolitan. You can make them at home. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys so much. Remember, tip your bartender. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Do all the YouTube things like share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. If you're interested in supporting me, you can do that monetarily over on Patreon or through the YouTube membership thing. They gave me that option now, I guess, which that's cool. I don't know. That's not necessary, but I do appreciate every single one of you guys, especially my subscribers out there. So make sure you get subscribed for more, and I'll be on time this week. Cheers.